Victoria app is an easy way to step into everyday activity with videos on yoga, dance, low impact and more. Set your own goals and try.
Rush, but I'm here.
You're here, excellent.
And
good.
I'm very excited for this game.
Yes, I'm excited for this game too. This is going to be great. So we're watching today the South Australia versus New South Wales 20 and unders.
And it's always exciting to see how these young kids are coming through. I mean, especially from a youth as South Australian point of view.
Yep.
Really been building for a number of years now.
Yes.
That junior program, and you've seen these players continue coming through and how they're coming together, and they've been a real strength for your competition.
Absolutely. A lot of them are playing now in our local Super League competition. It's the second year up and running for that, so we're really starting to see the fruits of our labour from that competition coming into this national comp. The boys are really growing, which is fantastic to see.
And a fantastic start there from a New South Wales perspective with the first goal on the board.
Yes, a good settler. It's always good to get the first one in. Cruz Wilson not happy with his position, so feeds back out.
A little bit short on that one.
Yeah.
Not something you'd normally say on that particular shot.
No. Probably just a little nervous start from Norfolk. Oh, and there was luckily for Farinola, because that had a bit of heat on it. No one was getting that ball. So we'll reset with a penalty.
And this is well within Norfolk's range, even though he's not looking for it.
Yeah, he'll look for the offload if he can. But on the contrary, he can absolutely shoot those shots. So South Australia on the board. New South Wales with the centre pass. Some great patience.
I quite like that spin move there that occurred. Find the edge of the circle, maybe not the best footwork on that moment, but well settled. But the commitment to that, I'm going to actually make that first lead and attempt again.
Yep.
Looking for that similar sort of distance out, mid-range, takes a little step back. Bit too much on it. Probably some early nerves there.
Absolutely early nerves, and a couple of really tall South Australian defenders that I wouldn't want to shoot over.
No, absolutely not. You're starting to breed some real tall blondes in particular in South Australia.
It's part of the criteria. It's not, I'm kidding.
It must be Henley Beach's work there, the blonde hair.
That's it. So Playford working the ball down, nice and patient. Oh, but Norfolk looking for a reset and passes it to New South Wales.
That was just beautifully timed there from New South Wales.
Oh. Body on the line already. Things we love to see.
And the kids, they cannot help themselves when it comes to that at times.
So competitive. So SA will drive this down. Norfolk looks to the edge, but there is a penalty. So O'Callaghan will take the penalty. To Norfolk.
Nice little one too.
Yeah, he loves the refeed. Really smart player.
Yeah, I remember him playing in 17 unders a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
For the Dragons, and one of the crucial members of that side that nearly knocked off the Victorians.
Yes.
They were such a solid 17 under side in particular.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, a very exciting bunch. Great contest there. But O'Callaghan out of play. Really nice spin move there by the New South Wales goal attack. And great baseline drive.
There was great little structure there, separation.
Yep.
Hopefully intentional there from New South Wales goalers, where one went high drawing the play, which really opened up that goal line.
Yep. So Callaghan into Cruz Wilson.
A little bit short just on the release. He hesitated just at the end of that shot.
Yeah, didn't follow through. Yep.
Which might indicate he's not as confident with the jumper over the shot just in this early day. But also, we've got to remember, this is the first game for certainly New South Wales. South Australia did have 20 and under game last night, but we call it the real tournament. Starts today. So
South Australia have had the opportunity to sort of have that first game get settled. Again, having the game against Victoria last night, so This is New South Wales' first game.
that
we
is a
see
brilliant
the
chair lift.
Oh, my Lord.
The control on that, for kids this age to have control in a chairlift, that's incredible. You know they've practiced that based on that, but to have the core strength to stay upright,
Yep.
be
And
able
the
to
discipline.
lift, that was fantastic. Kudos to
Fantastic. I love
New
the
South
confidence
Wales.
to do that so early on. And you know what? This is why men's netball is amazing as well, you know?
This is a wonderful thing, and I'm sure you've noticed as well when involved with coaching at different stages of the young guys, is you give them something, they're not afraid to try it either.
Yeah.
Because they're not always caught up in the conventions that maybe some of the programs and age groups run through the women's, where it's pretty
definitely.
centered, great hands.
Yeah, fantastic.
But it means you can try something out. They're excited to try something new, and there's things you can do in this competition that sometimes, hate to say, that the women can't do.
100%, and that's why men's netball is so exciting. The other thing is, particularly with the 17s and the 20s age group, the confidence that boys generally have and men that age of men generally have compared to their female counterparts is so different. So, you know, they generally are a more confident player in that aspect, and so they'll go out hard.
And terrific, confident rebounding from the New South Wales defenders.
Very good.
And patience as
Very
well.
good patience.
Not afraid to give it out. It's not always coming off so far, but at the same time, they're, well, other than I say that, there's a little bit caught, but there had been the patience waiting for that right lead to come.
Yep, all the way through the court until that very moment. That was really good by New South Wales. Given it's their first game, it's easy to get caught up in the emotion and burn that ball, but they did a really good job until that. But SA, getting the ball down that circle edge.
Oh, lovely little sweep.
Ryan Norfolk with his typical sweep.
His action's changed slightly in the last couple of years. It used to be quite a low action.
Yeah.
He's getting a little bit more height on his release, which...
He needs.
Unfortunately for him, height's not something I think's ever come in his way.
Yeah.
But he has getting a little bit of a higher release, which as you're moving up in the grades becomes more crucial.
Definitely.
To take the defender out of the action there.
Yeah, the good thing about Norfolk is he is small, but he doesn't play small. He doesn't think small.
At all.
And it's so impressive. And every year he continues to grow, and his game he's evolving, and it's just great.
And just some good hunting pressure from the Dragons. Not quite enough to get the stop there.
No, but got a touch.
I say that. Seems to be the curse of this quarter.
Comes up with the ball. So Wilson will take the shot.
Just a little flick on the end. Probably just throwing his arm forward a little bit on it.
Yeah, he's a little bit nervous to start for his Wilson. You don't often see that. He's usually cool as a cucumber. But New South Wales will get the opportunity to drive it down.
I'm loving seeing a keeper go flying out in offence the way that they are.
So important.
Not afraid. It's clear setup they've been practicing and running, and it's so hard to get that in keepers' heads at stages. Go again, be the offer.
They think their job's done a lot of the time, and it's like, no, get it to the line at least. Yeah. Really good ball movement there by South Australia to get a good option, but goalies just struggling to finish off their shots there. Great outlet ball there by the goalkeeper for New South Wales.
And apologies, we do normally have a tablet working with player details.
Yeah.
It's just having a little bit of trouble for us, and our commentary position is a long way away. My eyesight's certainly not as good as it used to be to see the names on the back.
I'm with you, Matt. I can't quite read the names on the back, and obviously I'm familiar with the South Australian boys, so that's why you might hear me use their names a bit more.
We'll endeavour to do something about it.
Yes.
Terrific little fly, but well taken.
Yep.
Just a little patience.
Yep.
Good little mid-court to mid-court, waiting for something to open.
Brilliant
and we
pop.
talk about triangles in netball quite regularly, and that's the sort of thing where you're kicking it from one spot to another to open up an angle of the triangle.
Yep.
Great example of that from New South Wales attacking line.
Yeah, and then a great little pop there as well. Not always relying on the height that they have and their athleticism, just being smart and popping front to mix it up, keep the defenders thinking. Exactly what New South Wales did then. So we've got just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Bit confused by that footwork caught.
Yeah.
Norfolk From here, it looked like maybe it was a little bit of a hop on that turn, or maybe double pivot might have been part of what we're seeing. The rule changed a few years ago when it came to the way you could pivot.
Yeah.
If you're going from heel to heel, back to toe, it's that double movement.
So Playford, huge ball down to Levi Heath. That's a great take by Heath.
It almost looked panic for a moment, but it ended up being a brilliant connection to the top of the circle.
Body on the line.
It was a terrific effort once again.
And we've seen a change up here in goal shooter. So Cruz Wilson has taken a seat, and we have Reid O'Callaghan in goal shooter for South Australia.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's a couple of O'Callaghan's out there.
There is the O'Callaghan brothers. So we've got Reid in goal shooter and Will in wing defence. How amazing to be able to play with your brother.
Representing your state.
Fantastic.
Your state, rather.
Yeah.
For siblings must be absolutely incredible.
Yes. And they're lovely boys.
I imagine a goal of theirs would be to get to represent Australia together as well.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
Big hand up from Lockie Bergen.
We'll call that a pass perfectly.
Yeah, perfect pass.
And a lovely little float.
So South Australia with the centre pass. Heath out, nice and confident on that centre pass. Ryan Norfolk just could not take that.
He did so well at almost keeping that in.
Yep.
Did everything in his power. New South Wales with the turnover though.
Yep. Again, really good patience by New South Wales. They're not just looking to go long.
And a little bit of a hip indicated there.
Yeah, so...
By umpire.
Yeah.
By looks at Carly Brown. They do again have the backs to us. And we have Josh Ellis on the other side representing Team White. Short pass called. Not enough room for a defender to attempt. To bring out my Anne Sargent style commentary for a moment where we explain every rule.
That's good. Some people don't know these things.
And the old
they have changed.
And the old school supporters will appreciate that.
Yeah,
if it was her and Steve Rebillard. I digress. New South Wales. Quick release. That's a great take.
Great
The
ball.
obstruction was called, though.
Yeah.
And sees it again.
Good
That's
hold.
a confident hold.
Yeah, I like it. And Playford is a big, tall lad. So that was a great hold by the New South Wales goal shooter.
And the confidence to give that. Some players, especially in the 20 and under, aren't confident to give it if they don't think it's really on or clear. And that is confidence when they're able to release a great mid-range shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that has to be a pinpoint perfect pass over someone tall and athletic like Caleb Playford. So, well done. Oops. Lockie Bergen just not being able to stop in time. So he will be out of play.
Other than the really light blonde hair, he's reminded me a bit of a Ben Ryan in terms of build and approach to it so far. Obviously, Ben Ryan spent most of his youth as a goaler and has now moved into defence.
He has. Having his
Open Men.
Yeah, having his debut with Open Men's this tournament last night. So, a little fumble there, but really
good recognition.
Smart. Yeah.
Just going, I can't play, go.
Come on, get it. Backed up well by his teammate, which is great to see.
And patience here, South Australia. Keep in mind, both teams are getting some really good passages of play, getting edge of the circle quite regularly. The scoreline's probably not reflecting the actual passages. Norfolk sinks another one with confidence.
Yep.
He's doing more of the step in, where he's used to do a lot of step backs on his shot.
Yep.
Ooh, slide off balance panic. Don't mind that recovery though. Support was there.
Well done, O'Callaghan. Nearly got a hand possession of that ball, and that one just spills over the line for New South Wales. They're getting good ball down there. Just
some finesse on that, isn't it?
Finesse, and it's the same in both goal circles at the moment. So we'll see who settles first.
And for New South Wales in particular, this is their first game, as we've mentioned. So even though you've practiced with some range and things with your feeds, sometimes it takes actually coming up against some different opposition to go, that's where I need to place it.
Yeah, and look, it's a big moment, your first game at a Nationals tournament. You spend 5-6 months building up, training, and the anticipation builds, and, it's really easy to get caught up. And another chance by New South Wales.
And just deemed on its way down. That was incredible. But that whole passage of play, there was a missed shot, but Norfolk managed to tap it back quickly.
Yeah.
Then you had the jump, almost timing it. This is an incredible first quarter.
So good.
And we have the score 8-9 going into the first break. We'll take a break for our voices and give you a little bit of a break, and we'll join you again after quarter time.
The Get Active Victoria app is an easy way to step into everyday activity with videos on yoga, dance, low impact and more. Set your own goals and track your
Welcome back. Quarter 2 action here from Court 1 at St Netball Hockey Centre at Australian Men's and Mixed Netball Championships. South Australia and New South Wales in the 20 and under boys division, where we saw South Australia 8 goals, New South Wales 9 in a little bit of a nervous first quarter. But what is great to see is some of the structures starting to come out, and Lisa, I know you'd be very proud of how the South Australians started.
Yeah, absolutely. They came out strong. They had a great win last night over Victoria. And they'll be high on confidence from that. But now, as we know, it's early days. And you've got to move on really quickly in these tournaments to the next game. So as much as you want to ride the high of a good win last night, as you can see right now, they really need to switch on and focus, and it's a different team. And yeah, we'll see how they go. So far, so good.
Yeah, a couple of errant balls here and there, but part of that's finding the touch, especially early in the week. And anyone who hasn't played in this sort of environment, it's very different to playing your week in, week out netball. As we see a smart little pass in the goal in circle with South Australia. New South Wales providing some really good structure in terms of seeing a wing attack get across the line quite often and regularly. And mostly patient. We spoke about that in the first quarter. But this New South Wales side, not afraid to be nice and patient.
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
great to see.
And that little pop.
Yep.
That's terrific. Mid-range, little lefty with the foot forward, probably slightly off balance on that one. Yeah,
and Caleb Playford comes up with the rebound. It was his debut last night for South Australia, so ex-volleyballer. So, yeah, still very much learning the game, but you wouldn't know it to watch him play.
And volleyball has some aspects that really translate across the netball.
Yes.
Like, obviously, vertical leap, a major one of its tactics, and it's so crucial in volleyball, and the setups and being aware of what else is happening on court.
Yep.
Certainly bode well. As beautiful little feed in.
Really great ball movement by South Australia there to get the right angle, look for the right opportunity, not to force it in.
And just losing a little bit of a moment of structure on the centre pass, but good patience from the centre court there, not being afraid, and lovely goal, and he's happy about it as well.
Recognition there that, when to be patient and when to move the ball on. Norfolk knew then there was an opportunity to let the ball go, resulting in a great, comfortable score there for South Australia. Good take there.
Almost an amazing finish as well. And you could see that sort of tee-hold that was going on.
Yep.
Beautifully placed. Maybe a fraction early on the
release.
Step off it and the release. Yeah. But this centre court pressure is really good. They're doubling well at the line, ensuring centre's coming back and covering either wing attack or goal attack, which is putting a lot more pressure and makes it harder for Dragons to run through. Just waiting for a ball from the other court to be replaced where it needs to be.
Great hands there by New South Wales coming. But a turnover.
I would like if he squared up to the shot on that one.
Yep.
Just even the threat of the shot for the moment.
Yep.
That's sort of one where you maybe don't realise that you're close, and one fantastic lift again.
The goalkeeper for New South Wales.
Incredible.
So impressive. I love it. Things you love to see. That is one.
And they've mixed up their defence.
Yep.
They're not just trying to throw that every time. They're throwing it every now and then. They're just putting that doubt in the goaler's mind that maybe we're going to do it.
And you can see that in O'Callaghan's shot right now. That's giving the South Australian goalie something to think about. Really great change up there from New South Wales defence.
And 4 minutes in, 12 goals to 10. It's now the Dragons' way. They've just had the best of the start of this quarter. But make no mistake, New South Wales really doing things like that. That beautiful top of the circle feed, just a slight miscommunication.
Yeah, it's that connection from the wing and the centre into the goalies, just letting New South Wales down at the moment, because it was a great drive to the top of the circle. South Australia just working that ball down. Good hands there by the New South Wales centre.
They're getting some really good timing where it's not everyone chasing at the ball at the same time, getting some stagger.
Yep.
And you talk about that in terms of timing for that next lead afterwards as well.
Yes.
You've got to have something different. If everyone's going at the exact same time, it's hard to find the separation.
Oops.
Beautiful little step back up. Does he stay onside? He does.
Well done.
And managed to get the hands.
Yep. So great pressure by New South Wales coming up with that turnover. Now they need to really be patient.
That's a tough ball, well taken.
Great job. But just not much to go to.
And this can be the hard thing in certainly 17s and 20 and under division is when things aren't happening as perfectly as you'd like, the frustration can creep in.
Yes.
They seem to be doing pretty well at not showing any frustration on the face, but just got to keep working through. Like that nice patience there from the Dragons.
Yeah, great drive there by Heath.
I like that little off as well. O'Callaghan beautifully created space.
Great
it's a
split
basic
there.
setup.
The littlest guy in the ring coming up with the rebound.
And we all knew that pass was coming as well.
No-look pass.
That I'm delivering it across the court. Absolutely not.
God, he's so good at that. And really shows the connection with his goalies too, because they know that's what he does. And they're ready for it.
And a little tip for any of the defenders out there is don't watch the eyes on that one. Watch with a shoulder movement.
Yep, that's it.
That's where it'll actually dictate that there'll have to be some kind of movement with the shoulders, and that's going to indicate where the ball's going. Gets in there again, Norfolk. We've said his name a few times.
I know.
And it's not just because we both know it.
No. O'Callaghan using that split really well.
And if you're just tuning in, apologies again, not getting all these New South Wales names. Just having some technology issues, and we're far, far away. We'll endeavour to try and get that to you if we can, and certainly try and have it sorted for some other matches across the week. There's a little break in play as the ball goes flying across to the other court.
So New South Wales with the sideline throw-in. Again, really not a lot to go to.
You can see they're looking for that angle to open up for the goaler-to-goaler.
Yeah.
It was brilliant defence with the really clear front.
Yeah, feels a bit to me like New South Wales boys are waiting for someone to do something. Like someone's got to own it and be aggressive in that front line. Great split there. Really smart.
Particularly as wing attacks, we say, go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You be the controller, because if you don't go, then the centre or the goal attack knows to connect.
Yep.
But you go, and then everyone knows what's going on. That's, I think, where some of the crucial read comes, is really decisiveness from any wing attack.
Yeah, and you can see that hesitations down the New South Wales end, and they're kind of waiting for each other. If one of them goes, then everyone else knows what to do. But they've come up with a turnover here. Great job looking long down the court.
And great quick transition.
Done.
A lot of speed on that ball. There was fire in that.
A little too much heat. So SA with the turnover.
Good little patient kick back as well. Getting some nice angles. And as the obstruction call comes.
We've seen Tyler Ward roll on to wing defence for South Australia as well. I'm not sure when that happened, but I've just noticed it. And O'Callaghan's into centre. So we've got 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, the 20 and under men's, between South Australia and New South Wales. South Australia up at the moment, 16-12.
And they've certainly had the best of the scoring end this quarter. But New South Wales, they're getting opportunities, just losing a bit of that connection this one. I think that'll be a key message coming in at the break is let's just find each other, maybe make some eye contact on a couple of these. And you get a couple of those simple passages through, and then that creates a moment for flair again if you need it.
But again, this is New South Wales' first game, so they're just taking a bit to settle. Great timing there by Norfolk on the baseline to pop, and a great shot. So South Australia centre pass. O'Callaghan, oops.
Squeezes through a gap that's not really there.
That's right, yeah. And that's what you get for doing that.
We've all been there.
That's right.
We try and make something work. Nothing. I'm just committing to this.
Yeah.
I'm going through. If I get the contact, I get the contact.
If not, I'm eating some floorboard.
And the opposition will sometimes let you know that how delicious that is down there. Good little swing here, New South Wales.
Brilliant swing. Great sweep there by the goal attack.
And
not quite confident enough, but that was a great option to feed out and get the angle back into the goal shooter, but it's just a bit short. Lucky for them.
Yeah, so Driscoll in shooter and Bram in goal attack. I can at least get you that information.
Awesome.
Not as much elsewhere. Opportunity now to get a couple in a row here, New South Wales.
Yes. So obstruction, Playford out of play.
Oh, that's a hard setup, a terrific pass.
Great take as well. A lot of pressure there, and he steadies and shoots beautifully. That is a beautiful shot.
And someone tell me why goalers insist on setting up in the direct line every time for that. You've got a player out of play, you've got hands over.
Yeah.
Your feet can't see you, yet somehow we always set up like that.
I know. So Ward going back to Playford. To Ward again, hugging the sideline. Gulan on at centre now.
Yeah, another really experienced player considering the age group.
Yeah, he is wise behind his ears, Lucas. Fantastic player.
And that connection that this will be nice to see.
Yes.
Connection he has there with Norfolk is it's been there for a number of years. They know each other's games very well. Oh, the leap at the take as well. New South Wales wanting to capitalise here on the opportunity. That's a terrific
Bergen. Well
keeps it
done.
in.
Oh no, too risky.
But
Brilliantly
nearly
wedged.
gets back for another one as well. But New South Wales through a Driscoll are going to score and consolidate
done.
there. That is a great example of having a good hunt as a goalkeeper, having the eyes up.
Yeah.
Almost got back in time for it. Tried taking the right angle. New South Wales fortunate to capitalise there.
Yeah, well done to them. They, the turnover was there. South Australia got it, but they came back up with ball and scored. So fantastic.
And the circle really is playing much taller than they are. That was a relatively short goal to feed into a tall sort of setup, and it worked. Oh, slightly late in the hump, it worth having a look at. Unfortunately, some of those won't come off, but having the willingness and the drive to go for that timing will come as this tournament goes along, and you're not going to want to give that ball too much more often.
No, and it just plants the seed of doubt in the mind of your attacking end there. So,
well, how many times do you see them stop giving that ball after a keeper's gone for a hunt like that?
Definitely. And then you see players driving for the ball but conscious that a keeper might come out, so they're looking for the keeper rather than the ball, and it spills over the sideline or the baseline. So
the old term of hearing the footsteps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, great contest. Ball just again flying onto the other court for just a moment.
So this will be a good match-up to watch, I think, between these two centres. Very similar size and style of play.
And patience game from Brame.
Great use of the triangle, but Lockie Bergen again getting hands to that feed.
I like the release point on that.
Yeah.
From a feeding point of view, just need a little bit more. He's not long been on court.
Yeah.
It can make it a little bit tough to find that connection, but I think we should see the next one hopefully come through.
So Caleb Playford there for South Australia, not able to, and that's how you can see he's new to the game. Yeah, that was a beautiful pass, but just not quite able to finish it off. And Bergen coming up with the goods once again, looking long to Gulen.
And getting some nice space now.
Yeah, it's very open, isn't it?
And that can be a little bit at the end of the quarter. A couple of players maybe running out of legs defensively for New South Wales. It's when you've got to grind out the hardest near the end of the quarter. Just got to be careful, Norfolk, on that. It's very close to a step on the way he's pivoting on that step around for that feed. And one of the great things you always see in this competition is that putting an arm out to help another player who's gone to ground.
Yeah, I love that. Great sportsmanship. We're all here because we love netball, so it's good to see.
And another quick breather with just over a minute to go before the break. As they do a nice little wipe of the court.
So Norfolk can take the penalty. Feed out to Gulen.
Hasn't made much ground on that.
No.
But
clever little
low pass, which is something we don't see as much in the men's game anymore, is that low goaler-to-goaler pass. Probably because we've got guys who are 7 foot.
Massive. Yeah, it's a long way down.
But certainly a small goal circle where that can work so well. You're forcing defenders have to get low.
Yeah, they're really using it to their advantage. Really good patience here by New South Wales, just not having much to go to again, and South Australia just wreaking a bit of havoc down there for New South Wales. Yeah,
and probably needed a half second longer for that drive to become a bit more of a front cut.
Great hands by Gulen there to force the turnover. Really good hands by the wing defence for New South Wales there.
And both almost diving on the ball, which lucky to come up with the contact call in that situation. Because, of course, in netball you cannot throw yourself onto the ball.
We do tend to see guys do that a little bit more, particularly this age group.
Yeah, a bit of a desperation. Certainly those who I think come from basketball background where it is a real conscious thing. If the ball's loose, you throw yourself at it.
That's exactly right,
And smartly holds on to that run, leading into break. It's Southern Dragons 21, 16 to New South Wales. It's a long break and we'll join you afterwards.
The Get Active Victoria app is an easy way to step into everyday activity with videos on yoga, dance, low impact and more. Set your own goals and more. Set your own goals and track your progress. Download the free Get Active Victoria app today.
30-second and the 10-second whistles have gone, as we have some confusion already from Gulen in the wing attack bib, forgetting that he's no longer in centre, standing in the circle, waiting for it. Brilliant.
Oh, that's so
We've
good.
all been there where we've not realised which position we've changed to in mid-court.
So, yeah, obviously key change there. Gulen to wing attack. Faradola into centre.
Oh, some terrific hands already from New South Wales.
Well done. Forcing South Australia to go back and almost losing the ball.
Oh,
Nice
terrific
hold.
again. And that's it, that example where I was saying, don't look at the eyes, look at the
Yeah.
shoulders. The shoulders indicated pretty early where that ball was going.
Yeah, but Reid really holding well. I mean, he's got a much taller keeper on him. So really good strong hold there from O'Callaghan. And a high ball in, which is risky when you've got Lockie Bergen in there. And he's got a couple of touches ready. Beautiful pass there by New South Wales. And do we have a basketballer on for New South Wales? That looked like a very basketball thing to do.
Well, the two knee braces may indicate that. Often some of the young basketball types, especially if they're growing quickly, can have some knee trouble. So you often see the knee braces on there.
Yep. Oh, and another lift attempt there from New South. And it was enough to put Ryan Norfolk off the shot.
Stepped wisely to the side of it, just put some doubt there.
Yep.
But just off balance and probably threw a few too many Nat Medhurst balks into it.
Yeah. But again, smart low ball there from Norfolk to O'Callaghan, and South Australia are able to score. New South Wales with the centre pass, cross court. But great baseline drive by the goal attack, and a really good high ball in, but just a fumble there, unfortunately, for the goal shooter.
And this can be a little bit of the problem you see for some of the tools as they're new as goal shooters.
Yep.
Is the strong hands coming in, but it does tend to develop quite well. We've seen that quite regularly.
Yeah, and particularly for some of our South Australian boys, you know, we're still in a space where we're getting those pathways up and running from a young age. So a lot of these boys are learning the game as older players as such, you know, don't have the opportunity like their female counterparts, being able to play from a really young age. So it is quite impressive how fast they improve.
And you do get some of these guys that come through all the way from net, set, go.
Yes.
Follow the pathways. Obviously, the issue that occurs from a pathway point of view is aging out at that 13.
Yeah.
And it's what competitions in any particular region are around to help those guys. And this is where things like Junior M League, the South Australian, same here in Victoria, are so crucial. And we're starting to see things like state titles and similar to really get more opportunity for those boys coming through.
Yeah.
A little slightly short on that shot.
Yeah, look, Matt, all they want to do is play. You know, they just want to be on court and have the opportunity to play.
And it's incredible what can be produced when you see that as well.
Norfolk with another sneaky look-away drop ball there. Good attempt there from the New South Wales goal defence, but the shot's short and they come up with the rebounds. So just driving that ball down, a little bit off balance and unsteady.
But managed to pivot well considering that off balance. Really went with it rather than try and avoiding the way it was turning. Oh, such a shame, that sort of one where someone's doing their best to try and stay and do everything they can for their side, but ends up offside. That looks like it might be Kyan McDougall. I do have managed to get some of the names back through. Just a matter of
I'm glad you know them because I really don't know them, but I'm really sorry to those that are listening. We're trying our best.
See them as much as can, and we'll go off whatever's registered. And Netball Connect, the live scoring occurring from iPads this year. And if Apple want to sponsor us or any Android device, that would be terrific.
It would be amazing.
We'd be more than happy to see live scoring at all the competitions. Means you can follow the games at home as well by following the score
Norfolk.
Fantastically kept in, but just that little bit of pressure. New South Wales defence end.
Yeah, did a great job. And a great drive there from the centre.
And yeah, Will Whittaker in wing attack there. It's the one who tries best, and it's hopefully Whittaker. There's Will Whiteacre for Victoria.
Oh,
Will
wow.
Whittaker. This may get some confusion.
It will, no doubt. Oh,
The high release, wanting to give it in beautifully and high as well. So tall. And that, I dare say, Nicholas Mulqueeney has not put the pronunciation in his bio, so I can't help you other than Nick.
yeah, we'll
His
just
name
call
is
him Nick. That way we can't mess it up.
Yeah, student at University of New South Wales, which one of the universities that New South Wales has been successful at getting players from a number of times. Often get some of the guys through uni games and they get their first taste of state after that. New South Wales has been very successful with players coming through that process. Terrifically balanced.
Yeah, great job. And I've just noticed we have seen Cruz Wilson roll into goal attack for South Australia.
Not a surprise either,
Nah.
given that he was on earlier,
Yeah.
had a little bit of a break, a chance to kind of watch what's going on, step back in.
Reset. So Farinola to O'Callaghan. Farinola hitting the circle really well there. O'Callaghan's playing a really smart, low game. I'm really liking what he's doing. I'm liking his holds. Yeah, just knowing his strength and his opposition's strength. But a great rebound there.
And just want some separation in New South Wales.
There's
That's
just-
a tall.
No, that's a hit to the head, but he looks like, they all look like they're okay.
There was absolutely no malice in
No,
that either. You
definitely
could tell
not.
the angles they were both
Yeah.
going.
Eyes for the ball, all of them.
And the call, it does become as a warning almost automatically for dangerous play.
Yeah.
Regardless of intent on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just come to the sideline, I think, just going, I'm not sure if I'm okay. Or whether the umpires sent him to the side because of their head knock.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I don't know that he necessarily needed to give a chance to actually assess the player there. He doesn't appear to be showing any signs.
No, he reacted and got up straight away. Look, they've just given each other a high five. They all know there was no ill intent in that.
It was just a really, really tough contest. There was three bodies there, and just the angles just made it so tough. The hit seems so hard, but absolute credit where credit's due. He's up, taking the ball after that.
Fantastic job. New South Wales are really putting themselves in a really hard spot. If you notice them and those at home, they're all in that one channel on the sideline. They're not really starting or reading off each other. And they're just putting themselves under unnecessary pressure. And I'm sure that, hopefully we'll see them recognise that.
You'll probably notice that most of them being right-handers. It's the right side of the court.
Absolutely.
You probably saw that in the last quarter a little bit where it was the far side from the camera because they were going to the left. But we've got Pats up amongst the South Australians. They're trying to push out this lead. 26-18, halfway through this quarter, the third quarter. Just, unfortunately, there, Will Whittaker, I think like the chocolates from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Unable to get the chocolates on that occasion.
Oh. So Gulen, off and running. O'Callaghan playing that front position again. Cruz Wilson.
He looked more settled in that shot as well. He was up on the toes but not leaning forward.
Yep.
The flow of the action was lovely. And nothing but net. And it makes you miss the old chain nets for a moment there, the sound that they would have made on that one going in. Really
smart play by the South Australians there. Their timing, their connections was really good. Lucas Gulen, just the master of setting that up.
Yeah, a little bit of a naughty contact, that one, we call that.
Just let him know you're there.
You're letting him know you're there. You clearly are going offside on the contact as well, and you're just giving a little nudge with the inside arm.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all part of it.
And that was a great example of not end up using that inside arm at all.
Yeah. Oh, Tyler Ward. Really well read. New South Wales just really struggling to get that ball out in transition. coming up with ball, just not able to get it past the halfway mark, really.
And some of this connection, I think, is occurring because you're getting players that have been too far on top of the ball already.
Yeah.
Then they're running away in attempting to come back.
Yep.
So that multiple change of direction can be a little bit tough. So when the ball's in that goal third and well and truly in the circle, often you're better coming right back.
Yep.
So you've got something to lead on to.
Lockie Bergen coming up with another touch again. He's causing a bit of havoc down there.
Yeah, been quite impressed with the way he's gone about it. Look at that launch.
He had nothing in front of him. Two players ran to the same spot, had nothing in front of him. So
And it was a wind-up.
It was.
That was baseball pitch-esque. He really saw it and just released that curveball.
But credit to New South Wales, who've come up with a turnover.
Incorrectly addressing the line, whether that was stepping on the line most likely.
God, I hate that rule.
Look, I'm sure we can come up with a list of rules that we're not fans of. A little bit of a push-off.
Yeah, he played that well.
I still say bring back the whistle after a goal. That's one of my big ones.
Is it? Yeah.
Because you're stopping play from that point until it gets back to the centre pass.
Yes. Brilliant pass. Great vision by the centre.
And Zach Graham, beautiful shot.
Really nice shot. He's got a beautiful action.
And pronunciation, for those wondering, is Zach. I think he's meaning just to put it as Zach. Bless his little cotton socks. Is he a 12 student? Eastwood Ride is his association locally. Well done to South Australia once again. They pushed it out to 10 all of a sudden.
Yeah.
There's been some lapses in judgment from New South Wales. Maybe run their legs slightly in a couple of players. That was well read on that. There was no lapse in judgment there.
What a stunning drive, though. Yeah, he's the key player down there for New South Wales. Very impressive young man.
And good little give and go. Just needs the feet to come with him.
Fantastic hands. I love it. Well done.
Yeah, Nick Malquoni getting some hands on that once again. He seems to want to get amongst it.
Yeah.
Which is great from any wing defence where they're not afraid to throw an arm out in the right way.
Yep, absolutely.
They're getting good hands over the ball as well. Really trying to put some pressure over it. Squaring up beautifully.
He's just...
I think the placement of this needs to be a little bit more on that traditional tall when they're learning on top of the head.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. He's in the right position. He's just not able to pull those balls in.
And we've just noticed some blood. Possibly. Could have been from that fall. We're just checking that it's whether it's actually there or not. Just needs to go clean that up. And we'll check the ball as well in case that needs any kind of wipe. And because the blood's been called, you've got to make the change there on court.
So 3 minutes 40 to go here in the third quarter. Day 2 of the AMNA Championships, Melbourne 2025.
Yeah, live and free all week. Right up until Saturday. It's great. And we've got every court covered.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Which I know there's people who always say at home that the games they want to watch that they're missing out on.
Yeah, no, credit to Victoria. They've put on a great show so far, and the live streaming is key, and it's also key for exposure for our sport. So well done.
So tell your friends at home, tell your family.
Share.
Remember, sidelinesports.tv is the link, even though you might try and share another one of many of the bogus pages that seem to pop up at this time of year.
Be careful, guys.
If in doubt, you can go to the Vimna Facebook or Instagram where the link tree's there. They've both got the official tick from Meta, so you know it's the real deal and not getting a fake page. And, of course, AMNA as well.
Yeah, and our associations will never add you as a friend.
That is crucial.
Okay, so keep that in mind to those at home. Tell your friends, tell your family. You'll never get a friend request from our associations pages, all right? So that is a clear indication that
our associations aren't people.
They're not people.
People make up the associations. As getting called for backing in Lucas Gullin there.
Great
terrific take.
Really strong. Positioned his body so well to protect it. But Lockie Bergen...
I didn't mind the intent of that. As bad as it kind of sounds, he really was taking advantage of the fact that
So smart.
they're both on the ground.
That's exactly
I
right.
can pick this up and go.
That's 100% what he should have done.
The umpire had been so quick on the whistle to say, time, we need a towel.
Yeah.
And fair enough for that as well.
Yeah, definitely. Duty of care there, so credit to the umpire.
That is the type of recognition you need anywhere. It doesn't matter what age group you are.
Yeah.
Of course, this 20 and under that you are watching from Court 1, Southern Dragons versus New South Wales.
I've been really impressed by the New South Wales goal attack. I think he's been the standout down this end.
Really looking in well, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's just doing everything he can.
And creating some really nice angles. Not always working.
Yeah.
But at least trying to create. And that was smart little...
Love that.
Little along the line.
Yeah.
Possibly a Eugene Lee-esque from New South Wales.
Brilliant.
With that little drop through.
It's the smarts, isn't it? Right. And sometimes you've either got that or you haven't. You can be as athletic as you can, but those smarts are sometimes things you can't teach.
And angles that New South Wales are trying to create.
Yeah.
They're great to see. Right
lucky
idea
Bergen.
on that.
Yeah.
Just need a little bit more to take Bergen out of it. But pressure again.
Fantastic job by New South Wales to get it back.
And screens up, intentional or not, I don't know.
Brilliant.
But Zach Brown working it through top and gets himself a beautiful under the post goal.
I'm loving his game. He is doing well for his team.
And it's just over a minute to go. 31-22.
So South Australia starting with a wide centre pass there and a backdoor to Caleb Playford, but the ball trickles out. We're holding time.
And it looks like Hunter is the name on the back there.
Oh, we can see that one.
Yeah, that one's a nice clear one. Thank you, New South Wales, for that one being nice and clear. May I recommend in the future a slight black outline around the lettering. It's just from a graphics point of view so much clearer. But we are honestly picking on that for no reason.
And it's because we're sitting up in the roof too.
It is indeed. Lucas Hunter, I believe that is.
Great job.
Ku-ring-gai Netball Association. If I'm not mistaken, that's one of the Metro Leagues, associations rather, of Sydney. 26 seconds to go. Just called back out of play. Will Whittaker. South Australia will want to push this back out to 10, that they managed to get it out to. But they have fortunately been nice and patient.
They are. I'm really impressed. I thought Farinola might just burn that down, but great sweep there by Callahan.
Oh, just falls off.
Out.
Keeps it in.
Cruz Wilson, amazing job, but
unfortunate.
Great rebound by New South Wales.
And we go into the next little break. I think that's where this new rule of you've got time to shoot it without having to be fully through, or wholly through was the wording, of the ring before the end of the quarter or end of a period. Whereas now, as long as you've released it, I feel like players aren't rushing quite as much on it. They know they've just got to get it to their goaler with that second to go. But we're going to take more than a second. 31-22. It's 20 and under, and we're taking the break. We'll join you again.
The Get Active Victoria app is an easy way to step into everyday activity with videos on yoga, dance, low impact and more. Set your own goals and track your progress. Victoria app today.
Welcome back, quarter 4, AMNA Championships. It is 20 and under division between Southern Dragons and New South Wales, where Southern Dragons, other than the first quarter, have led since, as that one falls a little bit short, but contesting there. It's fantastic. New South Wales, Bryn Queenie.
But great hands there by Lucas Gulen in wing attack. Gaining the ball back for
Remember
SA.
not to step in the centre this time.
He's got it worked out. Doesn't look like there's been any changes. Oh, no, we've got Tyler Ward at goal defence now. Willow Callahan back on at wing defence.
A good little bit of rotation, which is needed.
Yeah.
Get all the boys some good minutes in there. Well, in their second game for the Dragons, first game for New South Wales. Great hands here. Very determined. Defence coming along.
Swing ball. Perfect swing ball there by South Australia. Open that right up. Oh, Reid just...
And they're the hardest shots sometimes, aren't they? That one right underneath where trying to stay in your action, sometimes it falls out. Just looking for any option. Eventually comes.
And they're going to struggle to get rebounds against this. Oh, great hands, Lucas. They're going to really struggle to get rebounds against this tall New South Wales team. Really strong under the post. So a mid-range shot, beautiful mid-range shot
and
there.
the turn with confidence afterwards.
I love it.
that is such quintessential goal attack action. That where it's I've sunk the good 2/3 range shot and I just turn straight back to the centre path. Oh, you love to see it. It's confidence.
He is playing so well.
Oh, unfortunate there again. And I do apologise, that's Mulqueenie in goal shooter, it looks like. It is possibly McDougall, that's been in the goal defence bit. Naturally, we are going to get a couple of names wrong, and we do apologise.
Yes, we're so sorry.
We went with confidence again, but not enough on it. Getting some hands.
Yeah, great contest by Tyler Ward there against a much bigger opponent, and they've come up with the ball.
Oh, lovely, just casual place over.
Yeah.
Exactly where it needs to be. And this is what I've seen from Whittaker, in goal defence, a number of times, is really just strong hands over it. Getting a good 3 feet.
Yeah.
And really trying to put some pressure on it.
Again, great defence there. Coming around in front of the player. He's...
Sorry, McDougall. I keep mixing up names.
I know, that's why I'm kind of just not saying them. But good on you for trying to. So a loose ball, chased down by Willow Callahan.
And brilliantly done.
Yeah.
Mick Aramala is not a slow man, almost got there himself.
Oh.
A little bit of back and forth just going on at the moment.
Isn't there? Oh, here we go again.
Just take a breath. Take a breath, boys. And being a fourth quarter, the mind doesn't always keep up with what the body wants to do.
Oh, don't we know it?
And just burying underneath. It's just very loose moment of play.
Scrappy, bit scrappy now.
So this is where you hope aspects of your training play out, where you go, the things we've all practiced, make them your habit as you get tired. Physically tired, mentally tired, both run into each other, and I think that's happening a little bit. 11 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Just getting caught on the body. There is Solomon Howard.
So Cruz Wilson putting the shot up, but it's short. And O'Callaghan come from off the court for the rebound, so it's a turnover. New South Wales, great vision over the mess.
And they're breeding some tall boys, New South Wales.
They are.
6'7".
Whoa.
I don't know what that is in centimetres.
That's massive.
6'7" in goalkeeper.
In goalkeeper. Oh, my Lord. We don't get quite the concept of their height sitting up so high, but that is huge.
And that's presuming I've got it right, of course, which I may not. But we'll go with it anyway.
We'll go with it. It sounds good. A few bodies flying around at the moment.
Oh, unfortunate just to step in. Oh, the leap was amazing.
so unfortunate for him. Looks like he's getting a bit of a telling off there from the umpire.
He may have reacted slightly to it. And look, that's the emotion sometimes of these boys. They're like, no, I've got to clean.
Yeah,
but
and I think
it's just the obstruction, taking that step in on the jump.
And I think coming from other sports, football, basketball, you can have something to say cheekily to the umpire or the ref. You can't do that in netball.
No.
It's a big no-no. So that's a huge learning curve for boys and men coming over to netball. You absolutely, at basketball they can...
And learning how to ask the questions appropriately at netball.
Exactly, yeah. So, it's a bit of a learning curve, and that's great.
So I love
I'll work it out real quick.
They will indeed, especially across a week like this. And smart teams will ask questions to the umpires at the right times, at breaks, at the end of games, just to find out what something might have been called for.
Yes.
And then they can learn from it for the future as well.
And the thing is, even if you don't agree, but the umpire's calling it, you have to adjust, right? You just have to adjust.
And that can be something as simple as what you think 3 feet is, what someone else thinks 3 feet is, versus what that particular umpire thinks. And we're going to have some slight variations, human interpretation.
Yeah.
But it's working that out and then adjusting to it where you can. And if you do that and work that out early, the umpires appreciate it as well.
That's it.
Because they're not having to blow their whistle at you constantly.
Yes. And New South Wales coming up with a great rebound down the other end. They're getting enough ball, Matt. They're just not able to get it down and score. They're really struggling. Great job by Lockie Bergen following it up. Went out of court. So it'll be a throw-in. Oh, no. Yes.
And he's super agile. I think you'll see more really good footwork come across the week, and certainly as the time goes on, how quickly he's getting his feet around to things.
Tyler Ward there. Did you see that? Oh, extremely impressive. Be the smallest guy in there, but just his body positioning caused that turnover.
And just nice little, everyone just settle for a moment from O'Callaghan at Wingspan.
Just chill. 8.5 minutes to go here in the last quarter. South Australia with a 10-goal lead.
And it's a little bit of reward yourself at this point as well. Yeah. When you're doing the hard work, finish off the way you deserve to finish off a game.
Yes, that's it. Oh, friendly roll, thankfully.
I didn't think that was going in with the slight bounce, leaning to the left slightly.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed the defensive pressure that New South Wales put on in this circle.
Yeah, definitely.
As well, there's so many highlights there they can take out. And another tough one to learn as a young defender is your goalers are going to put the goals in. That anytime you get a stop, that's absolute bonus.
It's a bonus, yeah. It's an attacker's game.
Now, speaking of attacking, it's back to Dragons' attack after New South Wales successfully scored that one.
Backdoor to O'Callaghan.
Just played it before he had it there for a moment.
Great pressure there by Hunter, having a go. He's got the height over Gillen, so...
Which we talk about a couple of players maybe not being blessed with height. He's another one, South Australia. I'm not sure he's going to grow too much more.
No.
You don't have to be the tallest player out there.
You work to your strengths. He's a smart player.
And this is just a little let the player know you've done a couple in a row.
Yes.
Whether there's been any malice in it doesn't matter. It's just that persistent call. So that's why it has been advanced up. And not all the players understand this at times. So it'd be a good one from a coaching point of view to talk to after the game and just go, this is what happens, this is why.
Yeah.
And certainly not the umpire being attacking of you.
Great take by Hunter there. Really strong in the air. The centre for New South Wales has been doing a phenomenal job as well.
Yeah, Mick.
Yeah.
Aramella. Oh, step back, not quite enough on it.
So New South Wales will get the opportunity for a shot. Ward out of play. And he doesn't disappoint.
35-25. Still sitting around that 10-goal margin. New South Wales having quite a good quarter, it must be said. They've kept it around that 10-goal margin. And that's the type of targets you take in. If you happen to be losing, whilst you want to come back and win, try and grind down, try and win that quarter, try and reduce the lead where possible.
Yeah, they've done a good job. They look like they're really starting to settle here. Still some things to work on, but compared to how they started in the first quarter. Oh, just a fumble. And Lucas Gulen coming up with the
and that's
ball.
a nice little swing ball as well. Just
Hunter and Gulen. Oh, well done.
And I think Gulen's got to be a little bit careful here in his body angles that he's using. Whilst the intent is just to slow, some of it may start becoming where he's actually starting to take the space out from underneath.
Right. Yeah, he does have to be aware of that. So South Australia centre pass, Farinola to Gulen. Farinola, great drive.
A little swing.
And he's got two people to pick from under there.
And
Cruz Wilson
perhaps
puts the shot up.
wisely goes the closer to the post option.
Really smart, but either way, really well finished off there by Wilson.
We spoke about Zach Bram earlier, having quite a solid game.
Yeah, absolutely. Good hands. Yeah, he's been great down there for New South Wales.
A little bit more on it, just needs a little bit more on it.
Yeah,
and that would have been superb.
That's right. And, the goal shooter is going to be, with some more match play and overtime, he's going to be fantastic. You can just see he obviously looks like he's fairly new to the game. It's just that positioning and strength and the smarts, and that will come.
And I don't mind the fact they've left him out there
I think it's
work
great.
through it.
Yeah.
And showing confidence in his ability. There's times where you can make the swap which drops the confidence of a goaler, and there's obviously times where you can help work them through it and get a better understanding. I think that's the latter in this case.
And it's early days in the tournament, Matt. Getting your players out there, giving them all a really good run, that's only going to do, set your team up better for later in the week where you're deep in the competition and people are getting tired, injuries start to impact the team. So keeping him out there and letting him just work his way through it.
The little bend and snap of the arm. Lovely
Beautiful shot. Yeah. So we've got 3 minutes 45 here to go. Day 2, South Australia versus New South Wales in the 20 and under men's. South Australia with the lead. But New South Wales not rolling over.
Oh, terrific contest.
That was amazing.
It keeps it in.
He's kept it in and he's been backed up brilliantly by his goal attack, who's up so high.
That was incredible.
Oh, no!
That's so unlucky.
That was spectacular, Matt.
Oh, that was an incredible save. It was incredibly backed up. Just so unfortunate on that last little bit, getting the played ball. And he was trying to do everything right. He kind of dropped in, he was trying to tap it.
His body positioning was so good.
That's the absolute highlight moment for anyone at home. Someone get that. There's so many positives from the efforts out there in New South Wales.
Definitely. They haven't given up. I think the feeders for New South Wales just really need to understand they need to get A, on the circle to feed the goal shooter, and B, have the right angle for him to set him up for a really smooth take.
And even afterwards, or before the next game, work with him on a couple of cleaning up some of the angles and go, this is what you were doing.
Yeah.
Here's what we just need slightly from you. And then with the feeders, no, here's where you need to place it.
That's right.
And that can help clean up a little bit of that.
That's all it is. He's a nice, big, tall young man, so sometimes you've got it. Well done, Will Pennell, coming on there at goal defence.
It's
still in. Oh, my
The bench for the Southern Dragons is up and about over that. The supporters from the men's open Dragons, they love that.
So Will Pennell's come on to goal defence. We've got Harry Lovelock, who's come on at wing defence.
And it's good to see a couple of minutes in a couple of these boys maybe not had as much of a run yet.
Yep. So that was a great win for Will. Oh, and unfortunately just dribbles over the baseline. South Australia will drive
this transition, just incredible.
Beautiful.
You could tell it was going to continue that way the whole way from pretty much ball one.
And as New South Wales will find that really hard to, once you're on a run, to try and catch that, it's really difficult.
And how beautiful is that style of play, regardless of what team you see, when they just get that timing just right. He just needs to learn not to creep in on that. Solomon Howard.
Yeah. Just jump up. Straight up, not in.
because it's that taking the step in on the jump. It catches out a few different, but they don't necessarily realise they're doing it either.
Yeah, I think they should have used the chair a little bit more. That was
they took it away, didn't they?
And it really worked for them, putting that doubt in the shooter's mind. South Australia had to make a number of changes in that goal circle before someone had settled into consistently shooting well.
And South Australia really pushed this out as we're nearing the end of the quarter. New South Wales, rather. That's a beautiful feed, Nick.
Great vision for each other, these two, the goal attack and centre. Oh, and unfortunately...
New South Wales had a really solid, I would say, first 5-7 minutes of this quarter.
They did, yeah.
And then...
well done!
Speaking of solid, he's had a terrific game, hasn't he, Mick Aramella?
He has. And I'm really pleased to see the goal shooter got to finish that one off.
And complete ignorance deliberately, maybe, of that centre pass. Great contest circle. Turns, looks at the clock, says, have I got enough time? He does.
Well done, Reid O'Callaghan.
Well, this 20 under division, it shows how easily a game can blow out, but at the same time, there was not a lot in between these sides.
No, not at all.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how both teams grow across the week.
Yep, and that will definitely happen. New South Wales only going to get better. That was their first game for the week. SA having played last night, so they've already blown out a few of the cobwebs. So, New South Wales will get better for their next game. They will step up. They'll have some things they'll go away and chat about. Overall, not a disappointing effort. And they tried a number of combinations, so they too have got a lot of players on the court, which is great for the first game.
And you can see a couple of the boys maybe haven't been involved before.
Yeah.
Going to the bench initially and just being signalled, we come in together.
That's it, yeah.
It's one of the great things of men's netball is...
It's amazing.
We see this, the captains normally give a bit of 3 cheers, a little chat and good luck for the rest of the week.
Yep.
And in the 20 under division, we know how much they grow across the week. It's been a pleasure having your company, Lisa.
Thank you, Matt.
We'll do this again another time, I'm sure.
Sounds good.
Join us for any of the matches throughout the tournament. SidelineSport.tv. It's the AMNA Championships. Bye for now.